Alright students, so we are entering the last week before the examinations. The big day is almost here, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things which I believe are important at this stage of the preparation, when only few days are left for the examination. Now every year at this time, most of us faculty start getting messages from students who are freaking out. It happens when you see the examinations are right around the corner, your anxiety levels tend to go up. So the most important thing that you must do in the next 7-8 days is to manage your anxiety levels. Anxiety is not always bad. When you are a little bit anxious, your productivity actually goes up, but when you are too anxious, you start wasting your time. So we have to ensure that we manage our anxiety levels, and one of the best way to manage your anxiety levels in these last days is to minimize the information that is entering your mind. By information, I do not mean the academic information, but the number of people you talk with should be minimal. The number of your social media visits on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, should be minimal. In fact, the number of videos that you are watching should also be minimal, including the videos like these. Because many times, people tend to make some claim that one thing that would change your result and things like that. And sometimes make some spurious claims, which may end up increasing your anxiety levels and nothing else. So it's important that the information overload should be avoided, social media visits should be avoided, also the discussion with friends should be avoided. This is the time when people start comparing their preparation levels with others. I mean, that happens throughout the year, but at this juncture it is actually counterproductive. So don't talk to your friends too much about the preparation levels. Don't talk too much about how much course have they been able to complete, and don't judge yourself. Those things would not help you. Most of us tend to judge ourselves adversely in comparison to what reality is. Whatever you think about your preparation status, objectively it must be much better than what you are thinking it is. This is what happens. This is what happens with most of us. So let's not do anything that can make us anxious, because the mindset with which we go into the examination hall has to be really decent. It has to be optimal. The better word would be optimal. You should not enter the examination hall too pumped up. Often people say in the end that go get it, do it, it's your day, prove it. That does not make any sense to me. You should not get into a academic examination feeling all pumped up. You are not going to play a game. You have to be cool, you have to be calm, you have to ensure that you minimize silly mistakes, and all that can happen when the sympathetic system is slightly in control, right? So last week before examination, you have to be as calm as possible, and you have to avoid anything and everything that might work otherwise. So this is one important thing, please remember that. Second thing, many of you must be having this thought that they couldn't finish the course. Now students, please remember that course never gets finished. This never happens. It never happens to anyone, right? We are not in class 5th, not in class 6th that we would be able to finish the course. You have been preparing for 19 subjects in 9, 10, 11 months, whatever time you got, and it's humanly impossible to finish the course. There's no such thing as finished course, and in all likelihood, even you must be thinking that I wasn't able to finish the course. That's fine. You must have studied something 2 months back, and now you must be having thoughts that whether I would be able to recall it or not. This thought comes in the mind of almost everybody. It is perfectly fine. Please do not judge yourself too much. Please do not take grand tests at this stage. Most of the students should refrain from taking grand tests, as the results of grand tests may vary on various factors. If you perform adversely in one of the grand tests taken last week before the examination, you may become anxious. And again, this is the rule number 1. You have to ensure that you do not get anxious at any cost, right? Third thing, it might happen that you open a chapter that you studied 3 months back, and you look at the first, second, third question, and you are not able to solve any of them. And then again you start having this thought that I can't remember anything. What will happen? If I can't remember this, I would not be able to remember anything else, and I would not be able to do anything in the examination. Again, guys and girls, this thing happens. Nobody can recall all the questions. Nobody can remember all the questions. These things do happen with everybody. The problem is you are looking only at yourself. The sample size for you is 1. You are the sample size for yourself. You are there in your own study room with your books, with your laptop, with your mobile, and you're looking at yourself. if by some magic you could look at everybody else who is preparing with you, what you would find is almost everybody is in the same boat, almost everybody is having these doubts, almost everybody is having these thoughts. It is but natural, it happens. So you are not the only one. So relax, take it easy, it's okay, it happens with everyone. Now this is again important. There are few lucky people who are able to finish everything 3 days back, 3 days before the examination, but you can count those people on your fingers. There are very few of those. For most of us, the mortals, we have to take the preparation till the last day. Your examination is on 18th of April in the afternoon hours. So I would suggest that continue studying till 17th evening, till 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. whatever suits you. Continue studying. Last days are at times very important. If the examination is high on facts, the importance of the last day preparation becomes even better. As far as the fatigue is concerned, I'm sure you might be feeling a bit of fatigue, but see, fatigue is something that happens first in the CNS, and here we are talking only about the stuff that we are doing with the brain, no muscles are involved. So just by little bit of more push, little bit of inspiration, little bit of dedication, you can overcome that fatigue. Ensure that you don't waste these last 7-8 days. They might make a difference of 5-10% in your final scores, and I don't have to tell you how much that matters. So please continue studying till 17th. And also remember that sleep is very important on the night of the examination. You have to ensure that you sleep for at least 6-7 hours. If you can sleep for 8 hours, it's even better. An extra hour of sleep is much better than an extra hour of preparation the night before the examination. But at the same time, please remember that if because of anxiety you are able to catch hold of only 3-4 hours of sleep, even that is fine. On the day of examination, your sympathetic system would be in overdrive and you should be able to perform well, right? So just because you could not sleep, don't freak out because of that thing, but try that you sleep for 7 to 8 hours and do behaviors which will help you in sleeping. First of all, in these 7-8 days, try to ensure that your circadian rhythm is again getting fixed. If you have been studying till very late in the night, don't do that. Try to sleep at time, try to get up in the morning by at least 10-11 in the morning, so that your system is kind of tuned to the final day. Also, on Saturday, on 17th of April, the day before the examination, ensure that after 2 p.m. in the afternoon, you do not take tea, you do not take coffee, you do not take Red Bull, you do not take any caffeinated drink. Please remember the half-life of caffeine is around 5 to 5.5 hours. So if you take something at 2 o'clock, at least half of it would be still there by 7:30, and probably 25% would still be there by the time you go to bed. So ensure that there is a 12-hour gap between the caffeinated drinks and your time to go to bed. That alone would help you in sleeping. When you go to bed, try not to think about the examination. Try thinking about anything but examination. I know it is difficult, but try doing that. Maybe listen to some song or read some book which is non-academic. That would help you in sleeping better. Also guys, during the examination, it's important to maintain your cool. Just by ensuring that you make minimal silly mistakes, you can increase your marks. Often people say stuff like go get it, it's your day, prove it to yourself, today is your dream should be achieved, and all those kind of things which are supposed to push you harder, pump you up. But I think on the day of examination, we have to be as calm as possible. Rather than getting excited, we have to ensure that we are very cool, very calm, very composed. And I would suggest that listening to some mild, light music or not doing anything, just being in your own zone is what helps you best to remain calm and composed. And that is what is the need of our when we are going to the examination hall. So apart from these things guys, I think the most important thing that I want to tell you is that it's just another exam. You are already, I think, 23, 24, 25 years old, and you have cleared many examinations in the past. This is your life, you just clear examination, that is your thing, right? It's another examination. Before every examination we think that this is the one which will make our life or break our life, but that never happens. It is just another examination. If you get selected, well and good. If you do not get selected, it is not the end of the world. There is no single way of getting successful in life. Perhaps there are 10 ways or 12 ways, and one of them is going through the entrance examination route, getting bigger and bigger degrees. But if that doesn't happen, it's not the end of the life. Don't start considering yourself as a failure. It's okay, right? Many times people who do not clear examinations are the ones who employ people who clear examinations. So that can also happen. Don't give too much importance to those 3.5 hours. They are important, of course. You have to do your best, you have to perform your best. But if things don't go according to plan, that is not the end of the world, right? So all the best, guys. Continue studying hard. 7-8 days are still left, and when you reach 17th evening, relax as much as possible. All the best. Do well. May God bless you.